Some people swear by dip belts for adding weight to their calisthenics exercises, while others prefer to use a weight vest. And for me personally, I've owned a dip belt now for over a decade that I've been using. And on top of it, I also recently, just about 2 years ago, got myself a weighted vest. So, since I have experience with both, I decided I'd make a video comparing the pros and cons of each. The first advantage I want to mention of the dip belt is that it's easy to put on by yourself. All you do is wrap it around your waist and then thread the chain through the ring on the opposite side of the belt. Pull the chain so the belt is nice and tight, and then you're ready to kneel down on the floor next to your weight. I happen to have some old power block dumbbells from my weightlifting days, and just thread the chain around the dumbbell and link it to itself. And simple as that, you're ready to go perform a set. The second advantage I want to mention about dip belts is the high weight limit that they all have. My dip belt was only $20 and it has a 200-pound capacity, which is pretty impressive. But I've seen CrossFit dip belts that have over 1,000 pounds capacity. Basically, you are much more likely to max out your own strength limits or the capacity of your dip station before you max out your dip belt. And of course, a huge advantage to dip belts is the lower cost. Here you can see on Amazon, this is the dip belt I have, and it's only $18.99, so basically $20 with Prime shipping, and you get a pretty sweet dip belt that's lasted me a decade, and it has a 200-pound weight capacity. So as long as you already have external weights like dumbbells or plates, then a dip belt is a great deal. One big disadvantage, though, of dip belts is the lack of versatility. Look here, if I try to do deep push-ups on parallettes with a dip belt, it doesn't really do anything when you think about it. The weight is just resting on the floor. Compare that to a weighted vest where you can do deep push-ups and you see what I mean. Another disadvantage to dip belts, and this is just my preference, is the uneven distribution of weight. The weight hangs off the front of you unless you wear it backwards, and that can feel a bit awkward, especially during pull-ups. As you can see here, it has a tendency to rub on some parts that, well, you just don't want things rubbing on. And one more downside to dip belts, they require additional equipment. And I consider this a downside because if you buy a dip belt by itself without already having dumbbells or plates, then it's really not good for anything. And now let's look at all the pros and cons of a weight vest and compare it to the dip belt. The first big advantage that I like about a weight vest is the versatility. And what I mean by that is you can use it for leg exercises like lunges and squats, along with any upper body exercises like pull-ups, push-ups, and dips. And that brings me to number 2, the even weight distribution makes it a lot more comfortable for pull-ups, unlike the dip belt. And number 3, a huge advantage is that it comes with the required weights. Alright, so when you buy a weighted vest, you're going to get these small weights, mine are in 4-pound increments, that you can insert directly into the weight vest because they're custom made for it. So no need for any additional equipment like dumbbells or plates. Now, one big drawback to the weight vest is that it's difficult to use by yourself. What you need to do is heave it over your head to get it on. When you're using 20 or 30 pounds, it's not such a big deal, but try doing it with 80 pounds. It's no joke. When you start using the heavier weight, you have to get strategic with how you put it on. And another disadvantage of the weight vest is that it's more expensive than a dip belt. If you look at this model, you can see it ranges in price from $50 to $180. Since they come with weights, this is pretty much the standard, and the brand I use, ZFO Sports, is the same. You're going to pay upwards of $180 for an 80-pound weight vest. And the last disadvantage I want to mention for weight vests is the upper limit for weight. So on leg exercises such as squats and lunges, you're going to fairly quickly reach that upper limit. Here I'm doing squats with 80 pounds, and I can do these easily for 15 or 20 reps. So if I want to increase the weight, I need to use dumbbells or barbells. So there you have it. Those are my pros and cons, and that's coming from someone who owns a dip belt and a weight vest. So hopefully it can help you make the right decision for yourself. And in case you're wondering what my preference is, well, although I still use both of these pieces of equipment, I actually prefer the weight vest for the versatility and the even distribution of weight. Alright, drop a like please if you found this video helpful, and if you want to learn more, don't forget to subscribe, make sure you turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video.